Here we're going to take a look at angle, angle, side, triangle, congruence. Now angle, angle, side, triangle, congruence is when two angles and a non-included side are on one triangle are congruent to two angles and a non-included side on another triangle, like what we see right here, an angle, angle, side, angle, angle, and a side, as long as those angles and that side are the same measure. So what we're looking at here is, in this particular setup, they might give us something to where we can say that AC is congruent to CE. So I mark those out as they give them to me. We know that M is parallel to N, and apparently I forgot to mark that. And we want to know with that these are congruent to each other. How can we prove that they're congruent to each other? Well, we have parallel lines and we have a transversal, which means that this one and this one, the alternate interior angles, are congruent. Now we're trying to use angle, angle, side, so that's a tough part. I know about BD. BD is a transversal on these parallel lines. So this angle right here, same thing as the alternate interior angle. That same theorem applies over on the BD line, which means that this interior angle from D and this interior angle from B are congruent. And I create my angle, angle, side congruency. Now, it was very natural to immediately want to look at, in this case, angle, side, angle, because of our vertical angles. And all I ever tell students is, when you're dealing with something like that, try to do whatever skill it is that lesson's named for. So instead of falling back just to older skills, try a newer skill and see how that works. So we see a third example. This third example has a few criteria. It says that CB is parallel to ED. So I'm going to put in my parallel marks here. It says that AB is parallel to CD, and that BC is congruent to ED. So now what we want to do is be able to prove these two triangles are congruent. What I need are some angles. So knowing that these two lines are parallel to each other and the AE line is the transversal, I'm going to use the fact that this is a corresponding angle right here. Since that is a corresponding angle, they are congruent. I'm going to use the same corresponding angles to prove, since AB and CD are parallel, I'm going to look at this transversal and say that this angle and this angle are congruent to each other. So I get my angle, angle, side. Whenever they give you conditions, it's best to go ahead and draw it in, and it may be very helpful to pull out your patty paper and look at it as one part of the construction at a time. Remember, math rocks with a capital M.